guys have probably heard this story.
I heard it.
Rachel and I were actually supposed to stay at the Gibbs house one evening, and our parents went to a function in Orlando. And we decided, you know what, they were going to the movie theater. I said, you know, technically we're still staying with them if we follow them to the movies. Unfortunately, at the time, we didn't have cell phones, so we couldn't really communicate that with them. I guess I'll continue. So we got, it was X-Men, I'll never forget it. The second X-Men, yes. And unfortunately, maybe 2 days prior, we just saw that movie with another group of friends, but different experience with this group. So we're sitting there and we're watching the movie, and you know, we're enjoying ourselves, you know. Then all of a sudden we see, you know, the back door, you know, you see the light coming in from the back door. And you're like, you know, who has the nerve to come in the middle of the movie? Well, people were literally screaming that, like, what's going on? Sir, what's going on, sir? Then we hear, you know, whispering, you know, like, you know. I said, my goodness, now they're talking during the movie too? Mind you, Rachel and I are in the front. So we're sitting there, you know, getting a little noise and not really know what's going on behind us. Next thing you know, we see our father stepping in front. He finds us. Rachel! Jamila! Let's go! It was truly the most embarrassing. Oh, you can see what the discipline is. But besides that, I mean, it was scarring. My father he's been, you know, tough, loving, and he'll do that all in he'll do it all in 5 minutes. He'll go from happy to, you know, disciplining us. But one thing I can say about my father is, you know, he never pressured me to, you know, I want to become a physician. And he never pressured me to follow after him. He kind of waited until I picked what I wanted to do, and then he encouraged me. And all through college, I'll never forget, actually, my freshman year, I took general biology, general chemistry, and calculus all in the same semester. Quite an experience. And my dad decided to get the book as well for general biology. Yes. So in chapters I had a hard time understanding, I would get a call on the phone and we would sit there for about an hour.
Oh, wow.
Whether I wanted to or not. And review the chapter. And I don't know how many people or how many other students can say that their father literally went through the chapter with them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right, the course with them. So that is one thing that I can say that's honestly going to stick with me throughout the rest of my life, because
that's amazing.
When he dedicates himself to something, especially his children, he never fails. I know sometimes we can get on his last nerve, spending all his last pennies. Just this week he said, "You're buying new dresses for this?" He didn't know. He still gives us the money to buy it, but under our budget. Don't worry. That's the memory I hold most dear to my heart.
All right, on a more serious note, I would say that, you know, Daddy is, you know, everyone has said, he's a great friend, he's a great husband, he's an even better father. Like, you know, through everything, Daddy's always there for us. He supports us in everything we do, you know. Even if, you know, we're not doing well in class, he won't be like, "Oh, you can't do it, you can't make it," you know? He'll always support us. Exactly, you better do it, you know? You better make it. He always supports us in everything we do, you know? And that's one thing I can always appreciate about my father. You know, not only that, but Daddy's a very godly man, you know?
Yeah. Amen.
You know, he will call us down for worship, even though we give him a hard time, like, "Oh, we don't want to do it, you know, we'll do it on our own," type thing. He will make sure we, you know, with he and mommy will make sure we sit there together and we go through this Sabbath school lesson. You know, even last week we were discussing it, and you know, I really admire that about my father. And to be honest with you, these are the qualities I'm looking for in a husband.
Oh yeah! Woo! Woo!
And honestly, if you probably want to get lucky so much, if it wasn't her, it would have been me. I love my dad so much, and honestly, we do give him the hardest time. We really do. But you know, through through it all. He's always there for us. He always supports us. What else can I say about my father? Or he just said, I'm taking you all the way back to school, which is true. We do have to make that drive back to Oakwood. And he's always willing, you know, and not just to put me on a flight and do it on yourself. I know Miss Barbara had to do that. But he will always say, I'll come, I'll help you, we'll move in, we'll do everything together. And like I said, that's another example of him always supporting us, you know. Yes, Daddy. Yeah, it's just, I'm going to keep it short, you know, but, you know, we didn't really play anything, because we're so busy planning this, but through it all, I want to say that my dad's an amazing man, amazing husband, amazing father, and I truly admire you, I look up to you, I hope to be like you, you know what I'm saying? You know, you've accomplished so much from nothing. It's a lot of pressure on us, but you always encourage us and tell us we can make it no matter what. Keep striving, studying, pushing the flesh, as he likes to say. Press the flesh, as he likes to say every morning as I go to the library. He encourages us, and I always appreciate that about my dad. I love you so much, Daddy. You're everything to me. You mean so much to me. I truly mean that.
Aww.